why I am struggling with one bag travel. Now, this is not quite a travel channel, but given that it's my personal brand channel and I want to talk about EDC in one bag, I thought I'd make this video. I'm trying to pack for my trip next week to Vid Summit. And I have a nice Tom Talk Navigator, I think the 66 liter, not liter, but 66 model, it's like 40 liter backpack, 38 liter, whatever. But it fits more like a 34, 35 liter space because of the way that the bag and the pockets are set out. It looks a lot bigger than it actually is. And so when I actually put my stuff in there, there is just not this, I don't know if it's the packing cubes and it's kind of preventing me from filling up the sides enough, or if it's due to the pockets in there kind of taking up space. But I find that I'm not actually able to use it as effectively. In fact, the $30, $40 travel backpack I got from Marshall's, that's a lot more rectangular and has, dedicated space for each pocket, it actually fits my stuff a lot more effectively, despite the fact it's probably at least 10 liters smaller than because it's a personal item versus a carry-on. And so right now, I've made a few different blog posts about this that I've moved on to my website. I'll probably link down below because I actually started making a Substack about travel stuff. But since I kind of depreciated that, I figured I'll just keep the travel stuff on here or on my main site. And so if you're curious about that, let me know. I'll make more content about it. But I love this idea of creating travel content, and maybe I'll need to make a video with a handheld camera showing you how I packed my bag. But in the moment, I keep thinking about this mindset of freedom that backpacking and one bag travel gives you. And I really want to downsize my stuff well enough to where I could literally just put all my stuff in a backpack and leave. And if I wanted to travel with my dog or something like that around the country, around the world, and I think that that is a powerful way of going about just having a minimalism aspect. And I'm trying to practice this by going on these trips too. Because these trips entail probably me going to a nice dinner or a nice event, and so I need to bring my suit with me. My suit, however, is a stretchy material that I got from Express when I worked there. I call it the parasuit because it was kind of like a parachute. It felt like that same material in a way, and my coworkers gave me a hard time about it, but I just love the naming of it. And it's stretchy, it's breathable, it flexes with me so I don't have to worry about breaking it, which is something you have to worry about with clothing, especially if you are someone who exercises a lot. And so like merino wool, I guess, is probably pretty good, but it's way too expensive. And so you have to get something that's not as crazy like that. And so you have to get clothes that are more modular so you can have different shirts with different pants and vice versa. And then you also have to make sure you're not taking up too much space. And so while I have some articles of clothing that I want to bring with me that aren't necessarily modular, I need to bring them for the event kind of thing. So I have a certain amount of clothes for a certain amount of days that I need to bring with me. I could reuse the clothes, so I could downsize probably by like maybe one outfit or maybe 2 days shirts or something like that. But I don't necessarily want to, which means that my packing cube for clothes are going to be bigger. And there's a packing cube for my suit, which has about a shirt, maybe 2 pants, and a tie, socks. I have all that in that same bag. And that way I can keep it separate just to make it easier to pull out quickly and get changed. It's also, due to the material, foldable without it getting wrinkled, which is a huge deal. If I had to bring an actual suit, it would get wrinkled really quickly. And so that is one thing to think about when you're packing these one bag travels. Like, how do you get your clothes? How do you fit things? And for example, too, I've been trying to downsize. Like, I have this microphone now, which is a hell of a lot smaller than this one. It's also USB-C, so it's a little bit more compatible with a lot of things. And I think that this is going to be not only better, because I have a lot of issues with this one. The mic arm keeps falling, and it's too heavy, and the cable is micro USB. This is USB-C. That's a lot better in that regard. My point is, though, upgrading your technology to make it downsized so it takes up less space. Like, my camera is it's a webcam, but it's one of the biggest webcams you can get. And so theoretically, it wouldn't actually be as good as bringing something like this. Oh, that's not good. I guess it's plugged in, but I have the Logitech StreamCam here. That was loud. Sorry, guys. But, downsizing the tech and maybe upgrading if you have to. And so instead of having a big old PC, you can have a little mini PC. You get my point, though. I can put all this in a little backpack or a little packing cube and bring it with me. And so I have this kind of mindset of, like, I have the portable monitor here, a wireless keyboard, wireless mouse, pack that all away, put it in a nice container that can protect it, and then put it next to my packing cube for clothes, and just basically have that one backpack with me. I might bring a sling just to have a day sling kind of thing, but I think overall it would actually be wiser for me to just have that one bag. Maybe a day bag inside of it too, because that's kind of smart to have something to bring with you elsewhere. But you get my point. And I can travel with that kind of stuff. And so I've been trying to downsize all my tech. I'm trying to minimize how much clothes I have, even though I have a lot of clothes. And I'm thinking about like, okay, how many bags would it take for me to just pack up my whole stuff and move? If I wanted to move like to Singapore tomorrow or something like that. And it's a fun little mental game that I think that over the course, I mean, for the last 2 years, honestly, at this point, I've been downsizing. Like, I'm not going to get rid of that statue. It's from my uncle, and it means a lot to me. And that little Pikachu is from my mom. And there's that little ship in a bottle is from a friend of mine, too. So I have like these sentimental stuff that I'm not going to be able to get rid of, but I can pack them away and keep them at a family's house to keep them safe. And I can bring my important stuff with me on the journey. So that is kind of it for today. It's a short video, but I've been trying to pack for this trip, my bags, and I'll just tell you what I ended up on before I wrap up. I have my main Tom Talk backpack holding everything, and then I have my secondary travel backpack that's expandable that I'm bringing with me because I also want to leave space for bringing stuff back. I would like to just have that one singular backpack, but I can't get away with that. It's just too big, and it's not big enough, but it's also too big. It's too big just to have as a personal item, but it's also too small to have as a carry-on. So it's just interesting to think about. You get what I'm saying. Yeah. Thank you.